This congregation is a community of ourselves. Its energy and resources are our energy and resources. Its wealth is what we share. As we contribute to its life, we affirm our lives within it.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live.
We are a faith community, and I am really so excited to see how many people we have here in person today and how many people we have joining us via Zoom today. It does my heart good to be able to see so many people in a new way, whether it's virtual, the virtual connection that is deep, and the ability to be here in person with people again. And we show up on Sunday mornings for so many different reasons. Some of us show up for intellectual stimulation. Some of us show up for spiritual insights and inspiration. Some of us don't really care so much about all of that, but we just want to be around like-minded people who share the values that our Unitarian Universalist principles articulate. And some of us just need a place to come where we can get a genuine, friendly smile and a hug from somebody like Dwayne. And I say that with a sense of sadness, because there is a sense of grief and loss that we haven't been able to fully express together as a community. And a number of us won't be able to offer that knowing smile when I talk about Dwayne's hugs or Arlita's name tags, because in the last 2 years, many of us have joined and found this community, and they haven't met Dwayne, and they haven't met Arlita, and they've never heard Phil's poems, or seen Wes's beautiful photography, or Betty's famous cakes. And things change because time is constantly moving forward. And there is joy in that. And there can also be room for some grief and sadness in that. And yet here we are today with almost 30 poinsettias representing our new friends, our new members, and all of the wonderful new faces that have joined this community in the last 2 years. We continue to show up. We continue to be here for one another. We continue to learn and grow and hold space for learning curves and mistakes and miscommunications, as few happened last week if you were here on Sunday. Because this is what communities do. And I will be the first person to admit it has been a hard 2 years in a number of ways. In fact, I think it's really been a hard 5 years. And yet here we are, still standing, still together, a little bit bruised, because I don't think anybody who is a human being has made it through the last few years without being a little bit bruised. But we're also here together in a new way as a community of Zoom squares and gallery views. And it is community nonetheless. So today, I want to celebrate us. I want us to celebrate this community, to celebrate and welcome those who have found us in the last few years. And I want to celebrate and thank those who have sustained us in the last few years. I want to remind us that we are stronger together because we stayed steady and continued to hold on through the ups and the downs of a pandemic, a stressful election, the uncertainty of how or when we might get back to normal. And for the most part, what is normal today? What is normal? And so as we enter into this new year, we're almost to 2022, if anybody can believe that. This community is going to unfold in new, different, and exciting ways. And so for that to happen, we need to take the time to say thank you for all the work that has been done to keep this community together. We need to take the time to say welcome for all of the new people who have found us and helped us sustain who we are. And we need help in the form of, we always say, time, talent, and treasure. And over the last year and a half, so many people have been so kind, and they come up to me and they say, Wendy, how can I help? And in all honesty, when everything first shut down, I didn't always have an answer for people because everything was so uncertain. But now, as I believe we're getting settled into this new normal of a hybrid worship on Sundays, I can actually maybe answer a little bit about what I think we need now moving forward. We need one or two people who would be willing to come to the church in person on Sunday mornings and observe and learn from Jimmy how he does the behind the scenes technology that is helping these hybrid services go so smoothly. Jimmy is amazing, and even though he has been here every Sunday, he won't necessarily and can't necessarily be here every Sunday. So if there are a few people out there who want to just kind of be behind the scenes and learn how to help the technology work, that would be really helpful. I think we're ready to begin having regular worship associates again. Those are the people who want to be up here and welcome the congregation, do some of the centering and welcoming words, to hold the space on Sunday morning, so to speak. And I promise you, it's not as scary as it may have looked last Sunday. But if you would like to maybe get out of your comfort zone a little bit and learn how to do some public speaking and be up here with me, I'm usually here. I'm not gone very often, so you can practice while I'm here. We're ready for worship associates again. It's time to get our care team up and running. We need people who are willing to send flowers and write cards and organize meal trains when people need meals. It would be nice to get some of our covenant groups going again in 2022. And these covenant groups are smaller groups of about 7 to 10 people who come together on a regular basis and just share kind of what's going on with them. And my thought is we could get some covenant groups going in person, and we could get some online covenant groups so that whoever wants to participate would be absolutely welcome to do that. And finally, I would love it if there was maybe one go-to person that would be willing to be sort of the keeper of the list, so to speak. And what I mean by that is, so many of you over the last year have come up to me and said, Wendy, I would love to do this, or I have an idea for that. And so often, unless I'm at a place where I can really write down what you've just said to me, sometimes it doesn't always get translated because I'm doing about 100 things in my head at the same time. And so I know so-and-so said something about having this great idea, but I can't remember what it was. Or there was this great idea that I remember the idea, but I don't remember who said they want to do it. So if there was one person who wanted to kind of be my go-to person, and I could say when somebody has a great idea, go to that person, and then I could check in with that person occasionally, that would be really, really helpful. I know that Bruce, who is back there, he just raised his hand. He's been joining us for a few months now. He came up to me a few weeks ago and said he would love to take on heading up a group, a way for us to adopt a family from Afghanistan. So I think that's a wonderful idea. And Bruce, thank you for that. And if you're interested in what that might look like, find Bruce And if you're on Zoom, you probably can't see him right now, but we'll show the whole congregation in a little while. And so I am excited to enter into this new year together. We are not through this pandemic. We are not through the hard conversations. We are not through some of the loss and the grief and the fear, but we're in a different part of it. And so I'm looking forward to walking into the unknown with all of you, knowing that, well, it's always the unknown. And yet here we are. And so I welcome us into this new year, even though we haven't officially started it yet. And what I would like to do is just go ahead and recognize some of our new members who have signed the book since 2019, but did not have the opportunity to be formally introduced in the spring of 2020 or 2021. And then I want to formally welcome some of our newer friends and guests who have found us since then. So I think what I'd like to do is, I wonder if maybe some of our kiddos might want to help me. And perhaps you guys could, as I call people's names, maybe you could hand them a poinsettia, one of the flowers. So I'm wondering if Maya, could you maybe turn the iPad to face the poinsettias? And then the people on Zoom, yeah, let's see. There we go. And maybe we'll spotlight. There we go. Is that my phone? No. Oh, that's the same ring that I have too. I thought, because my phone is one of the Zoom squares, so I could just see it ringing. Okay, so good. So, all right. So I want to formally welcome, we lost our screen, but that's okay because the people here can see the people in person and the people, all right. So we have a number of new members. So I don't know if everybody's here today, but Pat and Doug Taylor, are you guys here? Can you guys see? Can you guys, can somebody bring a poinsettia to Pat and Doug? Just one. All right. And Leah and Casey. Yeah, they're right back there. Phoebe, do you see her? Okay. Sarah Stevens. Is Sarah here today? Sue Brown. Even though Sue's is actually our treasurer for 2 years, she never got her formal welcome. Well, thank you. And Angie Ecker. Maya, I'm wondering if you might want to grab my phone, and then as the poinsettias are given, then the people on Zoom can see who what some of these faces look like. David Pilkerton, is David here today? Abby Leinbach. I was laughing about this one because Abby actually grew up in the church, and but then she came back as a young adult, and so she signed the book. And then when we were printing everything out, we realized, Abby, you actually signed the book in 2014. So we have a long-term Abby Leinbach who has now signed the book twice. So. And Wendy and Audrey. Poor Wendy's face is right behind the. There we go. And Debbie and Dave, I think they might be on Zoom today joining us. Kitty has been a long-term member, and she went away for about 11 years and is back and joining us again. And Lee Carey, Lee is not here today. He, I believe, goes to Arizona in the winter, but he found us last year. Bob McKenna is not here today. He found us right in 2019 before everything shut down. And then Paul, is Paul here today? Paul Krauschauer, and he joined right in 2019 too. So, all right, so those are all of our new members. And actually I forgot to, we have a little certificate for all of you. So I forgot to hand those out, but why don't we just welcome our new members. And now we have a number of people who have just found us over the years and haven't officially signed the book to become a member, but are very much part of our community. And so I want to welcome Bruce and Kevin, who are in the back there. Maya, do you want to show Bruce and Kevin? And Sherry Foster. I think I saw Sherry here today. All right, do you guys see Sherry right there? Can somebody take a, we'll leave the big one here. Yeah. All right. And Karen and Doug have been joining us. Are Karen and Doug here today? No. Debbie Nelson. Is Debbie here? Wendy McDougall. I believe Wendy has even joined our choir. Oh. And Zariah Vasquez has been joining us via Zoom, and I don't know if Zariah is on Zoom with us today or not, but we love that Zariah's been joining us. And Adrian Cascarella has been joining us on Zoom. And Russ Connor has been, I think, Russ, you have been here every single Sunday. So we welcome you. Alexa Mills and Victoria Cummings and Penny Hopkins and Catherine Blackwood. Catherine's right here. Can somebody take to Catherine? Good. And Shelley has been joining us on Zoom since we went virtual. So I think, Shelley, I see your square here today. So welcome to you too, Shelley. So this is our community. And thank you. I also want to just take some time to really say thank you to all of our longer term members who have been here for years and some of us decades. You are what sustains us and you keep us going. And there are so many ways that so many people have been working behind the scenes to keep us together, whether you have our TLC members, which is the Team Leadership Circle, Bill Conrad and Peg with membership, our staff relations team, Joni and Richard and Monty and Jan, and so many people, all of our board members, all of the people that show up behind the scenes. And I know that we're not always great at formally recognizing and saying thank you. But I do want to look everybody in the eye, whether you're in person or in Zoom, and just say thank you. And so why don't we just take a moment to just look at somebody and just say thank you. And now one of the things that I am most grateful for is the musical talent in this congregation. And so once again, we get to close out with this amazing brass trio. I do want to invite everybody to stay after if you'd like to, or if you are at home right now and you want to come join us, we have hot apple cider, we have hot chocolate, we have coffee, and we have a nice little mini campfire outside. So just come be part of the community if you want to. And let us close now with this beautiful trio. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Go your way in peace, wander as you may. Blessed is the path you take, may love guide you on your way.
Right, so if you would like to stay and join us for a virtual coffee hour, just stay online. If you need to go on your day, we send you off to your week, and we will see you here this time next week.